Okay, this problem is similar to number 4 in your buffer problems. We have to calculate the mass of sodium acetate that needs to be added to give a pH of 4.3, given that we have a 1 liter 1 molar solution of the acetic acid. So one way to do it would be to set up an ice. We have 1 molar nothing and Y amount of acetate. We know that we'll lose X, add X, add X, and we know that we will neglect whatever X gets added there. So we have numbers here and here that we could use to solve in the Ka expression. Alternatively, we know that the pH needs to be 4.3. We also know that pH equals pKa plus the log of the A minus over the HA. Okay, we know that we have 4.3 equals the pKa, which we know is 4.74. And we can have the log of A minus over 1 if we wanted to, and we could solve for this particular term. Okay. You would just subtract, and then you would get negative 0.44, positive, no negative, because this is going to go to the other side, sorry, and that would be the log of the A minus over 1, and then we would do 10 to the power to get rid of the log function, and so A minus over 1 would be equal to 10 to the negative 0.44 is equal to A minus. And that's the molarity of the A minus that we need, and we know that it's 1 liter, so that's equivalent to, this is equal to the moles over the liters. We know that we have 1 liter, so that's equal to the moles, and then we would just multiply by the molar mass of sodium acetate to get the grams. So that's how you could solve that problem. If you didn't know, like in the problem that we looked at in class, this particular problem, we didn't know anything about the molarity or the solution that we were given, so we ended up with just getting a ratio. And we know that the ratios need to make sense. Like in this particular one, we're going to end up getting a number that's a decimal. If you raise 10 to the negative 0.44. It'll be less than 1. And that makes sense because when those two things are equal, it's 4.74. So if we want 4.3, we better have more HA than we have A minus. Okay, so you're going to do something similar. In this problem, you're trying to make a pH equal to 5, calculate the mass, so that must be added to 500 milliliters of that molarity. So what you can do is use that molarity in the pH equals pKa expression and solve for the molarity of the sodium acetate that you'll need, and then you have the milliliters. So once you have the milliliters, you can multiply, and that will give you the moles.